Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update for the beginning of this week. For today will probably be quite volatile, but the entire week will be volatile as well. Obviously, Wednesday we have more updates on the tariffs. And just in general, we will most likely get updates on the trade war situation and all the trade deals a lot throughout the week. And then we have some important economic data on Thursday and Friday, but that is something I'll keep you updated on later in the week. For now, that's not that relevant, of course. But yeah, so far, the opening of the market has been relatively decent. We've had some bearish pressure since yesterday afternoon. That's okay, and I think so far, you can actually go to the 1 hour time frame, and you can see so far the support level has been holding up relatively well. And there's some other things that I thought were quite interesting that are actually bullish for Bitcoin, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Open interest at this point in time is still relatively flat. You can see we had some leverage coming into the price, but ultimately this is nothing yet. And that's also kind of the story of the market right now. The market is open. The European session just opened. The Asian session has been open for a couple of hours. So we have already seen a bit of an increase in volume right here. It's up to 18.7, but that's definitely not all the volume we will see today. All right, the majority of the volume, you can see, by the way, US equity futures have so far opened relatively stable, or relatively flat. And what we will see over the course of today, the later part of today, is that real volume is going to get into these markets, and that's going to influence the Bitcoin market, and there will be some other influences on the crypto market as well, outside of just US equities. But that's what we'll see over the course of today. So it's still like the main volatility is still coming, and the main question is well, right, what can we expect from the market when that volume comes in? All right, will that push the price up? Will that push the price down, etc.? Now, first of all, before I talk about what I think is most likely, you have to know that in a week like this, you have to have a super fluid bias. All right, because things can change, and your bias has to be able to change in with one headline. All right, because ultimately that is what matters most. The news developments of this week. Now, when we talk about the technicals, though, and when we talk about what looks most likely for Bitcoin here, first of all, we have to circle back to the fundamentals, and there we can see, like I said, US equities so far have opened relatively stable. Now, I gotta say, there have been some weeks before, as you can see, where that was certainly not the case, and where we actually started dropping down already with these candles, the first 3 candles of the futures opening. So this is still, even though most of the volume still needs to get into the market, this is a good sign. And then outside of that, we actually saw the Coinbase Bitcoin price get into a premium briefly, a couple of times over the last 8 hours. So that shows that here and there actually is some specific strength coming into Bitcoin as well. And therefore, I would say, also still keeping in mind that imbalance we talked about here at 84,600, a little bit higher even. I'd say it's most likely that we will test the support level right here around 80,500, maybe even 80,000. But I think ultimately we will be able to hold this, all right? Or at least the data as we see it right now leads me to believe that we will be able to hold this and get that move up. And then from 84,600, we'll talk again, but I would say we will actually reject from there. But this is what I would say is most likely, all right? Now, this is fully dependent on the development of the fundamentals. All right, so that is definitely something I will keep a close eye on. I will try to keep you updated on that a lot and quick as well. So know that, I mean, if the fundamentals become much worse, I mean, we can do something like this in a matter of an hour, right? So that's what you do need to be prepared for. But given what we have right now, I'd say this is most likely. Now, like I said, I'll be back with more updates throughout the day today to keep you updated on this. But for now, that's what you need to know. So have a great week, take care, and bye.